This is the first game from Epic MegaGames, the company that went on to make Jill of the Jungle, Epic Pinball, later in life changing their name from Epic MegaGames to Epic Games. It all started here. This is ZZT from Tim Sweeney. And what we have is a little ASCII graphics game where you can pick up some items. Yeah, you got some torches, you got some gems. It's very Dungeons and Dragons-esque. You got a single screen action game with all ASCII graphics. Now there's a couple things that set this apart from old DOS games and made it enduring. Let's not beat around the bush. The first thing is the level editor or the board editor, where all of the tools to create the game are available to the user. This is something that Sweeney did as a design philosophy all throughout his career. When he made the Unreal Engine, he did it the same way. You make the tools first, then you make the game with the tools. Then you release everything to everyone. So, because of that, this old weird little DOS game has with it quite a lot of user-made content. I have a little bit of it here. So let's take a look at this. This is Island of ZZT, one of hundreds and hundreds of games out there in the archive that you can choose from. This one in particular was created by me 10 years ago. Let's go. Now the level creator featured it featured an object-oriented programming language, ZZT op, and you could use that to make objects around you do what you wanted them to do. So what you're looking at now, this is a village that I made using objects programmed with the ZZT object-oriented language. And to start with, it's a lot of simple things. Like these things, when you walk into them, they display a message, and thus you can make little objects you can interact with, stuck firmly in the dirt. Then you get more complicated. You got guys like this little blue guy down here who has a set path he walks around in, and then when you talk to him, or you walk into him, it displays a message. Then we get more complicated. We have this guy over here who stays put. Then you talk to him, and he says, "Soon I shall pass away. What's it well worth? Take it. I have no needs." Then he won't talk to you anymore. Aha! Conditional messages. That allows me to give context to items. For example, that's money that I got from a dying old man as opposed to money that I just found randomly on a board. Alright. What else have we got? Over here we have a little rock that's in your way, and it doesn't go away until you've talked to the right person, which I can't remember who that is. Yeah, here we go. And this guy brings up a big message. Rumble, rumble, and the rock is gone. Let's get some ammo here. So this game followed the shareware model, like a lot of games did. There was something called Town of ZZT, which was an adventure a lot like what you're looking at now, only done a lot better because it was by Tim Sweeney. And that was one of 4 different adventures. And the shareware version included just that first one. However, it included the entirety of the level maker. So, in the old days, you could just get your hands on the shareware version, and you pretty much had everything you needed. What was the trick here? Oh, yeah, I remember now. Now, later on, the entire version of the game was released as freeware. So you can go get yourself a copy of ZZT and put it in your abandonware folders, put it in your DOSBox folders. Just have a good old time. Give me a second here. This is a puzzle I created many years ago. There they go. And now the way out is wide open. So another thing of note is we know about the level maker. We know about the object-oriented programming language. What I haven't talked about yet is the community that formed around this game. There was a long-lasting group of people making games for this, and the games that were made ranged from magazines to huge adventures. People were trying to create new game engines within ZZT by taking the hero and putting the hero in an enclosed space with controls around him. It was actually pretty remarkable, some of the stuff that was done. Bones. So that archive still exists on a page called Z2, where lots and lots of games, including this one, are available for download. And I think this right here was the most complex piece of code that I was able to come up with at the time. Here we've got a guy you can, a guy you can talk to. This is Queequeg, who, yes, is supposed to be Queequeg from Moby Dick. And his wife will sell you things. You can exchange your points for ammo and health and all kinds of stuff. And then, let's see. Oh, that's right. They send you down to the cellar for something. But you're not given any torches. So you have to go defeat a boss to get torches. Then you can go in the cellar. Yeah. Let's take a look at some of the stock stuff. That's my own game. World, we've got everything with a subtext here is a stock game. Caves of ZZT, Underground City, Demo of the World Editor, Dungeons of ZZT. Lots of creative stuff. So primitive the way it looks, but an incredibly sophisticated MS-DOS game. Now the name ZZT, based on documentation that's available, doesn't stand for anything. It was chosen so that whenever there was a list of programs, this program would appear on the bottom of the list in alphabetical order. Yuck, you found a skeleton. So that's what ZZT is. We also know that when Tim Sweeney started programming it, he intended it for it to be a word processor at first. How it turned from a word processor to a video game, I'll never know. But from what I've read, this was supposed to be a word processor. I can kind of see it when I look at the other word processors at the time. The bar on the right probably going to be some sort of status bar with like word count and that kind of stuff. And on the left, you'd have your document editor. So that's ZZT. If you're into old MS-DOS games and you've never seen this one before, I encourage you to check it out, because this was a huge interest of mine when I was much younger. And it's rare, but games still get made for it. All right. Thanks for watching, guys.